everyone, happy Thursday. Thanks for joining me tonight for another craft night with friends. We are working on the Splendid Sampler 2 quilt block book again. We are working on the In the Hoop block on page 14. So be sure to check that out. If you're new here, my name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroidery kits for beginners. And I'm here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, and it's the time that we can relax and craft together. So I have some pieces all ready to go on my mat, and we will get sewing those in a sec here. I'm really hoping we can finish this one today. It's tons of tiny little pieces, but we've cut everything. Now it's just how fast can we sew and press. So let's do it. Okay, I'm going to get way down here with the camera again too. So here is the design. So it's pretty detailed. There we go. It's got a whole pile of tiny pieces going on with it. And we are at the stage where we are making basically, I think, these units right here. So we've already, I'll take these off. We've already sewn on one of our little triangles to the square, and now we have to sew two more on. I'm hoping that I can place both of them. I've already placed both on here. I'm hoping they kind of stay as I sew, because I can only sew one at a time. But I want to sew both and then press them both, at the same time, because we can. There's enough room to do both. So we're all set up. I'm going to just jump to the machine here. All right, so I hope everyone had a fabulous day today. I am getting the next embroidery of the month stuff ready. It's going to be freaking November soon again already. So I'm just going right on the line that we drew already. But yeah, so next week we'll be embroidering the October embroidery of the month, and then we'll also be sewing that into a little zipper pouch. All right, this kind of makes me nervous. I think, that I'm worried that my little extra block is gonna fall, so maybe I'll just do like two at a time here. I'll just come back around here and get the other one while I'm at it. I think I'm gonna stitch. Yeah, I'm going to turn it around and stitch this way. All right, let's place that again. So we'll do like two at a time. That feels okay to me. Then I won't accidentally, that other square won't accidentally fall off. That's what I'm worried about. But yeah, I'm excited to make it into the zipper pouch. And those zippers that I got are so cute. So I think some of you probably already received your zippers. I hope you like them. They're so fun and cute. I think I have, oh yeah, so I made some zipper pouches out of them already. And here's the zipper. They're all different colors, so they all have two different colors on them, and they have this cute little ring. I am just kind of loving them all. So be sure to check those out on the site. So we won't be doing that next week. We'll be stitching the embroidery of the month next week, and then the week after we'll be sewing it into the zipper pouch. Everyone can use another zipper pouch. I think I'm convinced that there's no reason that people would not use a zipper pouch for something. All right, there's two more. I'm gonna snip those first two off that are done, and I'm gonna just take this one and turn it around before our square falls off again. But I'll show you the October embroidery of the month here again. Ooh, Gretchen says, I have my zippers too. Oh, great deal too. Oh, that's good. That's good to hear. Oh, Kimberly, that's fabulous. Good. I just wish you more and more improvement. Okay, next two. All right, two left. Uh-oh, see, I already lost one on there. Let's get that back. color. So I think it's a little, I mean, we worked on another quilt block earlier in the week. We're actually going to get 2 done this week, which is awesome. But that one had a lot of extra little sewing like this too, because we were making those teeny tiny hourglass blocks. So I guess I was thinking there wouldn't be as much of all that little itty bitty sewing with this one, but maybe I was wrong. This is kind of a lot of little sewing. All right, that's it. Let's get the leader on here. All right, snip that off the machine. Hope everyone's doing well today. So I'm making, well, first of all, so now we have this. I'm going to press these open. So this is kind of what we got. And like we got a little funny goose on that one. But I'm going to press these triangles so they align with this edge that's still there. I'm not going to cut this off. So typically, I think the standard way of doing this is now we'd cut off this edge to get like our little seam allowance, and then we'd press. But by doing the pressing first, I can use my square as a guide before I get rid of it completely. So same thing here. I'm going to press that. So I'm going to hopefully press both of these kind of at once or right after each other. So we'll do that with all of them. That's kind of cute. I think that's looking good. And then we'll trim off the excess. So let's just let's get these all lined up on the mat. Again, I've kind of been liking how we've been doing multiple kind of pressings at once. So, yep, same situation for all of these. So I like getting everything in the same direction whenever I can, because then it's easier to just grab and go. All right, so I'm just gonna squash them all to get going. This kind of heats up the seam and kind of sets the thread into the fabric. Theoretically, I don't know if that's true. That's what they say. All right, I'm gonna line up that edge, and then I think we can just come back and do this other one right away. Let's do it that way. There we go. Oop, I didn't quite line that up. Maybe I didn't press or sew that one quite as straight. But there we go. That's what we want them to look like. Okay, lining up those edges and then just kind of squishing down. Let's line up those. Oh, and you guys, we are going to be headed to my parents' house again. So I'll get to see Chad, Chad the kitty. But we're going to help them winterize some things. It's getting cooler out. So that means Monday I will be there still, I think. And so our first day of the Embroidery of the Month will be on YouTube, and I'm thinking I'm going to try and do it on TikTok as well. So YouTube and TikTok only again, so no Facebook. But the rest of the week, I'll be here to finish it, and the week after. So just the Monday. So day one it'll be a YouTubey. So just letting you guys know now. I think we did a rather good job at sort of fussy cutting these. Look, we got a weird little dog on that one, and this one we're going to have this weird, funny kitty cat. For not intending to fussy cut, these kind of worked out. Okay, there's all our lovely little pieces. So here's that kitty. They're cute. All right, so now I'm going to fold these back and we'll trim those corners. So we're just cutting it so it's like a normal 1/4 inch like seam allowance bit. Make sure to fold your top back. There we go. We'll probably give these one last squish too once I'm done here. Make a stack of these little scraps. So we got one more like little unit assembly thing like this. And then I think it's working on the assembly of the whole thing. I guess there's a few other little minor assemblages first, but this is the major part, making all these little guys. It's kind of relaxing though, all these little itty bitty pieces where I don't have to go very far. Oh, yep, Gretchen, you can, like, we can chat on TikTok, so you can leave comments on TikTok, and I do see them. Sometimes they go by a little fast, and the phone's kind of far away, so I'm doing my best to read and respond to all the TikTok comments. But yes, you can comment on there. You can like at other people, so I think, yeah, you can sort of reply to people too, I think. There's a comment section though, for sure. Hey, Amy! Popping all over, popping up on the facey pages. All right, out of here, guys. Now let's just give these a final little squishy squish. Then I think we are setting these out of the way, working on the next step. These are kind of fun. So these will get all like turned in different directions, I think. Nope, maybe this way. Yeah, I think they go this way, actually. Something like that. And then all these little ones will kind of point towards the middle, I think, and then we'll get other pieces, obviously. Okay, so let's I'm just gonna put these in the same direction again so I don't confuse myself. And we'll set those aside and see what is next. It feels so good having like all my pieces cut already. That's nice. Hello. Oh, you're over here too now. Okay. All right. Let's see. We are on this part. So the remaining A square. Oh, that's that one little extra piece with a diagonal. Okay, there we go. Here's the two extra A squares. So the remaining A square. Okay, the blueprint, which is this. So here's the A square. Okay, so the remaining A square on one end of an E rectangle. Oh, geez, we have to really keep track of what these letters are. Okay, E is a green print rectangle, and our green print is our little fellers here, I believe. Yes, white was on the bottom. Yep, okay, so this. Okay, so this goes onto here. Okay, so we're gonna just sew a diagonal like that. So we're making like another teeny tiny unit. Okay, and then sew the remaining G square, okay, which is our white, onto the end of the K rectangle, which would be this. Okay, so here's our next two pieces. So same thing, we're just gonna sew on the diagonal, press them. It looks like we sew them together eventually too, so maybe we'll just do that right away here. Then we have a couple other units to put together, so let's do that while we're here. Then I can sew all these all at once. Okay, so the F square. F square, okay, green print square. Okay, we said that this was the green print. So the F square to the two B rectangles. Okay, B is the blue, which is our yellow. This gets a little goofy. Okay, so these get sewn on. Oh, I have a lot of these. I must need more later. Okay. Let's hope so. So these two go here, like so. And then we get the other one of these. Okay. And then this one gets the white. So two of the white rectangles. Okay. So here's all our sewing shenanigans here. So I think I'm going to start with sewing two of these two seams, then I'll get these two, and then I can take these off, sew these two, and then we'll have everything sewn for our little pieces. And then it's like kind of the master assembly of it all. So all right, let's do it. Whew, I feel like that took more figuring in my head than it should have, but we got it. It's just funny, you know, I mean, like if I knew that I wasn't going to work on this block today, like let's say it was the end of the week and I wasn't going to work on this anymore, then I probably would have written down like yellow means white and white means green and all this sort of stuff. Hello. Okay. Oh, now you're on TikTok. Okay. But I don't know how to get close up of the block. Yeah, so it's a little, I know this view is a little weird on TikTok because you're just kind of seeing, so this is a different view. So if you did want to check out TikTok, you'll kind of see my whole area. It's a different view than what you've seen on YouTube and Facebook. So it's a little different. When we do the embroidery, it'll be nicer because I can only, well, you'll see more close-up. So I can only do, like with the YouTube and Facebook, I have 3 different cameras going that I can switch between. Yeah, and graphics and all that sort of stuff. And on TikTok, I just have like the selfie camera is what I'm on. So that's the difference there. So I don't have it above me because you wouldn't be able to see like between the machine and the camera and all that. But when we do the embroidery, I'll have both cameras like right next to each other. So if you are on TikTok for when we do the embroidery on Monday, then that you should be able to see pretty much the same angle. One will be vertical and one will be horizontal, so that's a decision. All right, I'm snipping off these 2 pieces because I need to sew the other side on, and then we can do a whole pile of pressing, and then we can really start putting all these little units together. Okay, and you get another one. There we go. Okay, those are ready. Let's trim those and press. Okay, and we gotta look at the direction to press these ones. So these ones, oh, they want us to, okay, every seam is pressed open. So we are open seam pressing at this point, except for these little triangle guys. Those will still flip towards the triangle. So fine, open seams. I think that takes just a hair longer, and I always burn myself, but we'll do it. Okay, there's that guy. And for the embroidery, I'll be able to, all the TikTok questions and stuff, I'll be able to answer like way better because I'll be able to see it a lot closer. All right, those are those 2. I think before I forget, I'm gonna snip the excess triangles. If you forget and you sew all that in, that's fine, who cares? You just have a fatter, you've just sewn, 3 pieces of fabric instead of 2 at that point, but that's not the end of the world. All right, so those guys are ready. I think these actually get sewn together like that, I believe. So I'm just gonna let them hang out over here like that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure kind of like that. Okay, so now these get pressed open. So I'm gonna press them both to one side, the seam allowances to one side first, and then the other. Boop, boop. There we go. Now they're kind of standing straight up, and theoretically we should be able to get in here and open them up. There we go. Just gonna get it from the front too. Right. That guy, and I think I'm actually enjoying this little sitting here and pressing all these seams today. That's a rare feeling for me. I'm usually like, ugh, all this pressing, but I feel like I'm in my own little tiny area here, and it's kind of relaxing. Okay, boosh, done. Now what? Now we are gonna just basically assemble this whole thing. So I think I'm gonna assemble it all on my mat here. We still need to sew like little units together yet. Like for example, like these two, they go in the middle. This will be neat to see how big it is on my mat because it's gonna get sucked right in once we sew them all together. Okay, you go up here. Okay, now I need all these fellers and the rest of these. Okay, so this guy goes here eventually. No, it goes like here. And this goes like here. I'm gonna just confuse myself. All right, so we did kind of mini fussy cut these, so we'll have to kind of decide what direction we want all our characters to go. All right, we will put like these two units will go together. So I'm gonna just make the ones touch that we have to sew together first. So it's this and this. Then this kind of hangs out, and then we gotta do, let's do that guy there. This guy, he'll be upside down, but that's okay. They'll go there. Okay, so these three units have to go together next before we can sew it to other things. Okay, now I think it's probably pretty similar down here. Here's our little excess piece. This guy will go here. Wow, this looks crazy, doesn't it? This will all turn out eventually here. Okay, and now these go this way with the arrows or the tan kind of pointing inward. Okay, so this unit gets put together, and this guy will go to this unit. Hooey, man. Okay, I think we got it there. So all these ones that are touching are things I need to sew together and press before they go, you know, connect to these other ones. So these ones with three, I think I'm going to do those first because they have two seams. So I'll do this one, then this one. And then I'll get all these little singles and then take these out the machine and get the last two seams. We'll press all those open, and then I think we're at final assembly. Oh, then we actually no. Then we'll like snooker these together, and then we have our final bits. Okay, I think I got this wrapped up in my head. Let's do it. Okay, starting here. Flip that around. Get a little stiletto here to help us. So I'll be shipping orders a little bit tonight yet too, so if you did want to grab a zipper or anything like that, if you do that tonight yet, it'll go out in tomorrow morning's mail. But yeah, I think that's going to be fun, doing those zippers. We're going to do a blog post about it too, just like a how-to for that zipper pouch. I think that'll be fun. Ooh, I better not do that one next. I'm going to confuse myself. Yeah, let's do this one next, because it looks a lot like the other ones, like this one, but these ones I need to sew that extra piece on. Maybe I should take them off right now, after this one, and just finish sewing it. Otherwise, I will super duper confuse myself. So let's cut these. Get that leader. Oops, missed it. There. Ugh. All right, let's get. Okay, this is the bottom thing. So this goes here. It's looking right still. Gosh, now I think, do I have now that we're going to my parents' house, do I have another quilt I have to sandwich or something like that? I'm trying to think of like, oh man, what big craft project is sitting around here that I have been waiting to do there? But I think we basically took care of that last time I was there. All right, so now our triad ones are sewn together, so now I can safely sew these together and know that these are not the ones. Oh, so now this, I should pay attention to where the seams meet, so I have a good join there. Not a good join, but like where, like, so it hits, it, like the point matches up. Oh, wow. Okay, I sewed this one really poorly. I actually think I might take this one out. Because look at the difference in the seam at the end there. Well, I suppose I could have just started sewing the next one. Let's do that. That was weird. I should put this one on top. Oh, but then I can't see. Uh-oh, wait. This is the bottom one. Oh, I think I screwed up. I think I sewed that other one on the wrong. I did. I sewed that other one on the wrong side. So I shouldn't have to match up a seam. Yeah, I sewed that one wrong anyway. Okay, so let's just pretend I didn't do that one yet. All right. Definitely did this one wrong. So let's. Maybe I can do this without a seam ripper. Just have to make sure to not accidentally cut anything. There we go. Okay, so I sewed that one here, but I don't think that was right. I need to have the... I think it goes here, actually. Yep, that's what I did wrong. Wait. Wasn't I going to put that one on the top? No, I must have changed it and put it at the bottom there. So, okay, it goes like this. All right. All right, I think we got it now. So I don't actually have any of those little corners to match up because it's on an edge that doesn't have those meetups. So I'm glad I caught that now because we were doing it wrong. Like I didn't realize that I did that wrong. I just realized that my fabric wasn't matching up very well. Okay, but I think we're fine now, and I think that's it. Okay, let's see. This will be interesting. So let's just see if we did this right before I sew it all together. So okay, so this one will go here, and this one will go here. Okay. Oh, you're all together still. Okay, you're on top here. So these two have to go together next. And here's our center little bugger. And you go down there. And yeah, so this will all work out when it's all sewn together. Yep, I think we got it. Okay. I did have this one turned the wrong way. I had it turned the wrong way this whole time. This part needs to point up that way, so I had that messed up. I had it facing this way, and that was incorrect. So we're right now, though, so I'm glad we got it. So all right, let's press all these. I'm going to kind of leave them where they're at, though, just because I think I'll lose it all if I don't keep them where they're at, I'll get all confused. So I'm going to just do these one at a time over here in this little area on my mat here, and then we'll do it that way. Go through each one. There. I'm going to get that one wrong again. All right, that's how you go. This is our little center blob. And open. Okay, now this one goes like this. So now these two can actually go together at this point, really. And this one. Okay, man, this is taking brain power tonight. All right, that goes there. So actually these three in the middle can actually be sewn together at this point. So while we're sewing together these, we can like work on this too at the same time. All right, now these two. So it's interesting, this is the first pieced block in a while that we've worked on that doesn't end up as like a perfect 9 patch. You know, we'll have like this big chunk here that is just sewn to one thing, then we'll have another row and then another big chunk. It's not like three rows and 3 columns. I think we've done that almost every time we've had something to piece in this quilt, or at least lately. Feels weird to not have that final 9 patch to sew together. So many seams. It's getting bulky. Okay, you go this way, so you point up. Okay, last piece to press, then we can sew again. Guy. There we are. Get it from the front. All right. Did it. Okay, so now this one will go here. All right, so now we can sew together these smaller units. So these will go together. We'll have to pay attention to these seams to make sure they match up, and we won't be nesting them. They're both pressed open, so I don't do well on matching seams when they're not nested, so we'll see how well I do here with the open seams. Okay, so we can do that, and we can do these two. That's the same way, and then we can actually get this row of 3 together at the same time. Too. So I think I'll start with this seam, then I'll go zoop, zoop, and then zoop. And then we will have, you know, some more units, and then these two got to go together, then these two, and then we can sew our final row. So man, this is feeling like a lot of steps, but we are getting there. And I think we're going to be actually done like early with this block. Heck, we might, you know, we have a whole day left. We could get a whole nother block going tonight or picked out and stuff. And dang, I was thinking this would go into tomorrow for sure, but it's going easy peasy. All right, so hopefully I'm through that first seam or matching seams. Now I'm just going to kind of try and get that to match up to this one underneath here. All right, I'm gonna hope that I got that, and we'll go the rest of the way. Oh, I wasn't gonna do that one first. I was gonna do these first. So let's do these now. Is this right? Yeah. Okay, now here I'm going to aim for where all those seams kind of meet. And by aim, like it should just go there, because if my 1/4 inch is good, I should just go right at that point, but you know, it doesn't always work out that way. Okay, now these guys. Oh, really, I should be... Oh, wait, no, I don't have anything to... I was thinking I had another one of those corners to aim at, but I don't. So that's kind of a nice thing about this design. See, like, I am always impressed by these designers doing these blocks, because, like, this one I feel like they've on purpose avoided having to match all these corners and all that. Like, there's tons of triangles, and we really don't... This was the first, you know, corner we had to match with all of these triangles. Like, because all of these ones are on the outside edges to match these ones, so we didn't have to worry about those, except for the one that I messed up, where I didn't have to do that. So yeah, not a lot to match up in this block, even though there's tons and tons of corners and places that typically we might have to. All right, and now I can take, find my scissors again. I can take this middle thing off and then get that rest of that middle row. Okay, so it goes like this, and then this guy goes here. I'm going to do this on the top again so I can see that other corner. So this is like the other corner we have to match. Or point. Point would be the word. Okay, that seems like it went well. Let's press again. Everything's pressed open. Separate you two. Man, it was chilly today here, you guys. I'm all in a sweater and had to wear it all day, and ooh, dang, that's some good matching. Heh, good. Oh, it's funny, I can see, you know, I'm using that orange thread now, and I can kind of see it in the seams, that orange. It's almost like my seams look like they're kind of glowing neon a little bit. So I don't know if that's positive, but like it's kind of interesting. Oh, you go down here though. And then this one. Those seams don't look too shabby either. So we were going for like these lines perfectly matching up, so that turned out great. Let's see how we did here. Oh, yep, and the part we were watching here were these 2 points, and those look like they ended up right on the edge, just nice and sharp. We didn't clip them at all, so I think we're looking good, although this looks a little wobbly now that I'm holding it up, but whatever. We'll see how it goes. All right, let's press these open. These seams open. Everything's pressed open on this. So again, press to one side. Press the other. I think I got a lot of bulk on the top. We'll have to get this from the front really well too, I think. Oh my gosh, there's so much bulk. I'm glad we're doing this quilt as you go, because there's just a whole lot of varying bits in all the blocks. So I don't know, like doing a really perfect quilt job on a huge quilt would sound pretty difficult. Dang, look how nice that looks pressed. That is good. All right, so now that will be sewn onto him next. Ooh, I think I'm still, oh no, that matches up pretty well. I was thinking maybe my seam allowances are a little off still, but nope, that matches up good. Okay, let's do the center. Okay, that's the first seam. We'll get this one too. Okay, now let's push them the other direction. That really does help pushing them. That was a suggestion from you guys. Pressing them one way and then pressing them the other, and then they kind of stand upright. It's a little faster to get in here. To press them open. I'm sure there's tools and tricks to this, but hey, that's one trick. Oh, whoops, I really kind of mushed these everywhere. Airplanes are going. Ugh, it's just like tough when there's a zillion seams to make sure that they all stay where we want them when we flip it this way. There we go. All right, let's squash this puppy. All right, you look good, except for you go this way. So here we're gonna have to match up a few seams once we get there. Oh, I didn't show you guys the October embroidery of the month. I said I was gonna do that. I'll do that right when I'm done ironing here. I know most of you have seen it, but if you haven't seen the embroidery for this month, we are because this is the project for next week, so that's kind of why we're talking about it, but it is going to be the Autumn Sparkle. So here's our cute little new kits, and there we go. That is the design. These are all chain stitch. I think it's just going to be fun, a nice, fun, relaxing one. And then here's the final one here. So I think it's just looking really kind of cute and sweet. Oh, and here's underneath that was our block that we finished earlier in the week. So this one had tons of little pieces all over it, and I thought this one was gonna take that, or like I thought this one was gonna be a little bit faster, but it's about the same length. A lot of pieces on both of them. But all right, so we are pressed. So now we got one final thing before we can sew the rows together. So that's these ones. So that guy goes here, and this guy, let's double check. I got these pointed the right direction. Yeah, okay, we're fine. Feel extra confused on this block for some reason. Okay, it does look like we have a corner to match up there too. Or a point to match up. All right, so let's have that on top so we can see it. Although it is the bigger piece, so usually the bigger piece you put it on the bottom, but in this case I do want to see where this seam matches up, or that point, that corner. All right, so there's that one. Same thing here. Let's get it all lined up. Oh man, you guys, I've been watching the Seinfelds as I'm making all these kits, and I just have that theme song in my head. It's kind of driving me crazy. I feel like I'm gonna have dreams of that theme song tonight. Ugh. Alright. Pop that seam open. Alright, you're gonna go there. It's starting to look like something now. And you. Okay, 3 more seams and or 2 more seams and then we're done. So, all right, let's, we'll do these 2 first. And again, we got to match up right here. I mean, theoretically, if we don't hit that one perfectly, that's not going to be very noticeable. But this one and this one, we do want to match up well. So maybe, and we also want to match up this point here. We don't have any points to match there, so I think I'm going to do this with this fabric on top, which will also allow me to sew these two seams that I really want to match first, which is good, because if they were way down here, I might not be able to match them as well. So I think we're fine here. Great. Again, I think that's the designer is doing that well. This one's Jane Davidson is the designer of this block, and she's also one of the authors. So she has several blocks in the book. They are all just seem smart. Like something like I feel like they made the block and then we're like, okay, how can we make this easier for people? Oh, well, let's just rotate these blocks so they don't have to do all these corners. Uh-oh, something's not feeling right. Oh, we are out of bobbin. How did that happen? Dang, that seems like it happened fast. I guess not. We were working on the granny square quilt, and that has just tons of seams. But I did pre-wind another one, but this is my last pre-wound one. Dang, we went through that one fast, though, I feel like. But yeah, all those long strips makes sense, I guess. Always have to remember which way to point the thread before I do this, because it's different on my two machines. But dang, I always think like it took me like 20 minutes the first time, you know, when we were just figuring out this machine still, the first time to figure out how the heck to get that bobbin in there. Because the bobbin case is different than my other machine. Now it's nice and quick and easy, and as if nothing happened, we're done. All right, I'm gonna just kind of back tack here, and we only sewed 2 inches before noticing, so that's positive too. All right, let's do a little back tack here. I don't think I'm on the seam either. All right, let's try and match up these points again. All right, that's our first one, and there's second. Our third one's way down here. Oops, my seam allowance flipped over. There we go. Whew, all right. And last bit is this cross. We want to make sure that it crosses there. Oops. Seam allowance flipped around again. All right, that felt kind of stressful hitting all those points. All right, so let's take a peek, and then I'll line up the other piece. I wouldn't say that's perfectly in line there. Ah, well, yeah, we've been shifting down a little bit. Well, whatever. Okay, let's just do this right here right away. So, okay, that's gonna flip up that way, and yeah, I want this piece on top. Okay, let's match our first seam. Next up is down here. Oops. Went through that seam funny. Oh well. And then this last point here again. All right, that's it. Let's get the leader in there and see what we got and press it all open. Actually, that's what I could do while I'm at my parents' house, is cut more fabric for my leaders and enders, since I'm Oh, look, this one got pressed funny. Oh, well. This is now going to point this way, that seam. My leader and ender quilt, or quilt coat that I want to make, I need to cut more of my 3-inch squares for that. Out of all those old clothes, so I could bring that and just have an afternoon of cutting over the weekend. So we're going to be busy. We're going to be busy winterizing everything, but, you know, I could still maybe bring it. Oops. Press this one closed again. Ugh, okay. Let's see. There's so many seams. It's so poofy. All right. I'm going to just try and squash it here quick, and then we'll take a look how we did on the seams. Take a final look at it. Actually, I want to see how close to the 6.5 inches we are to. Some of these seams seem a little not great. Okay, so this is actually, from far away, this fabric is blending into this fabric like quite a bit more than I was expecting it to, but so I don't know if that was 100% successful, but I do like this tan on this white. But it's still fun to see those little guys here. I guess up close it looks a little nicer. It's subtle, but you know, my whole quilt's pretty subtle here, I think. So, all right. Oh, down here we did a little bit better job at, like, that seam's matched up really nicely. What other? We had corners. Oh, these points. So, okay, that's the one point. That looks great. And the other point up here, it doesn't look too bad either. So, all in all, we got a finished block that looks pretty nice. So let's, let me see if I can find my ruler here. There we are. Here's my 6.5-inch ruler. We're still like a 1/4 inch off. So these ones with all the really small pieces, you know what I think is happening? I think it's happening a lot at the end with all these really thick seams. So like once I get to like sewing all this like major stuff together, I'm wondering if I should do even more of a scant 1/4 inch. Or if I just really stretch this. I'm not a 1/4 inch off. I think I'm only like an 1/8 of an inch off on this one. This one I was more like a 1/4 of an inch off from the 6.5. Yeah, that one we got a little small. Oh well. We're gonna have to add some white around it before quilting it, but that's fine. We'll get it. But 2 blocks so far, that's awesome. And 2 blocks that look really complex. I was not expecting either of these to be a 2-day thing. Nolene says like really scant 1/4 inch is needed, I think. I think so too. But if you get too scant, then your blocks end up being too big, right? I mean, but I guess in my case, I kind of want the blocks to be bigger. So maybe I should just, throughout the whole Splendid Sampler, maybe I should just be doing a really more scant seam allowance. I might do that. I think I'll do that. What about pressing the seams open? Well, so all of these seams are basically pressed open on this one. I think this one wasn't. This one was, yeah, this one was partially open, partially different directions. But yeah, this one was all open. Yeah, I suppose maybe I'd get a little bit more out of this one. I think, you know, I could stretch it. I could probably spray this with some water and block it and get it to be 6.5 inches, but I'm not worried about all that. Even with the 6.5 inches, I'm still gonna have to probably add a little bit extra on it. So anyway, there are those 2. Let's cross that one off in the hoop. Zoop. Okay, next up, we have Iowa Star. That's on page 104, so that probably won't be a pieced block. I think the style is kind of grouped in here. So, okay, 104. It's way back here. Oh, dang, look at that one. All right, so this is some paper piecing. Okay, so here's it right here. It's right in the book here. So gosh, it's just that size too. It feels so small. Okay, so we need to make 4. Oh, this is gonna be quite the deal here. So it's 3 colors, so that makes it sort of easy. Okay, so I think we don't really have all that much more time today, but so tomorrow we'll get started on this right away. So I have to prep by making four photocopies of this. What we'll do first is color in what's what, because once we start turning things around, it's hard to remember, like, oh, these were red and these were gray or whatever. So actually we'll probably pick fabric first. So we'll pick fabric, 3 different colors, so that'll be kind of pretty. And then we'll color in all of our pieces to prep. Yeah, and then we'll get started with some foundation paper piecing. So we just did a foundation paper piecing one, so hopefully that's all in my head, and I can remember how to do it again. But there's 7 in each of these. So we'll probably do assembly line paper piecing, where we do all the 1s, and then all the 2s, and all the 3s, especially since they're all exactly the same. This one we definitely will not get done in one day. So we will be coming back to this one to finish it up next month for sure. But good, this is another like kind of fancy one that we'll get going on and get partially out of the way. That's great. Okay, so that'll be a good start. Good like for tomorrow. I kind of like ending in the middle of a block, because then the next month you can just like pick up where you left off, which is always kind of nice. You don't have to make any decisions. You know what you need to do, and you can just work on that. But we did get the 2 done. So I think we're right at 30 left now. So after we get this Iowa Star done, we'll be in the 20s. I'm talking about how many blocks we have left. So there's 100 blocks total, and I've been in these 30s forever, it seems. So, it'll be fun to be in the 20s soon. Ugh, then we'll be in the 20s forever. But we're getting there. We're getting so close. I can feel it. Oh, we're almost in the 80% done category then too, which always is like a hurdle, I feel, to get to that. So awesome, you guys. Oh yes, Amy, you're right. The hard part is if I make my seam allowances too scant, then my blocks get too big, and then we'll lose like our points on the edges. Like when we sewed into the quilt, we'll lose all our nice little points. I know it's a challenge. I feel like we're getting close, but I haven't been perfect yet. I haven't been like that exact 6.5 inches after these really heavily pieced blocks. But anyway, so that's that. And then, yeah, a reminder, we'll be stitching the embroidery of the month starting on Monday, and it will only be on YouTube for sure, and possibly TikTok as well, for just Monday, because I'll still be at my parents' house. And then the rest of the time, it will be here and also on Facebook. So that's the plan for next week. And then we'll be sewing them into cute little zipper pouches. So it'll be a little simple zipper pouch like this, but instead with our cute little zippers. But instead it'll be the embroidery here. All right, so that's that. I will see you guys tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. Have a lovely evening. Good night.